The president of Royal Enfield, Rudy Singh, and the president of Royal Enfield North America to the stage. It's not often that we get these two guys together at once, so if you guys want to come up and hear what they have to say, you're more than welcome. It's just going to be a really informal chat with the two lads. We're just switching out microphones and then I'll call them up. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes? Well rested?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Immediately to my left is Rudy Singh, president of Royal Enfield. We're really happy to have him here. He's never been to Alabama before. I think New York's been the place that he spends most time with. And then next to him is my boss, well, one of them, president of Royal Enfield North America, Rod Copes. I'm mixing the names up now.
I look after Royal Enfield commercial business globally. My first time here, as Bree just told you. Our vision for Royal Enfield globally is pretty much trying to replicate what we've been able to do in India. I don't know how many people are aware of the fact that this year we will sell 450,000 motorcycles around the world.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of motorcycles. That would make us the fastest growing automotive company in the world, and I'm talking all automotive companies, I'm not talking motorcycles. And that's the part that makes us very excited. It's not just changing people who already ride motorcycles to ride Royal Enfields. That's happening. That's happening even here as I see people coming and inquiring about motorcycles. As riders, they want the Royal Enfields as well. But it's also getting new people from a lot of young people who are coming in and buying motorcycles for the first time. And for various reasons in the world, motorcycle has gone a little too extreme, and therefore giving access to a lot more young people has been difficult. And that's what Royal Enfield is able to do. You've got great looking designs which are full of heritage and history, but it also comes at an access point. The cost of ownership and the cost of maintaining it is something that is within reach of a lot of people. So in many ways, we are building a mid-size segment which doesn't exist in very many parts of the world. That's the success that we've seen in India. We've seen the mid-size segment, which is what we call 250cc to about 750cc segment, really grow. And we see the same thing happening in other parts of the world as well. And we have absolutely no doubt, under Rod's leadership and the entire team, which is so focused on that we will be able to do exactly the same in North America as well.
So you touched a little bit on the history and heritage, and maybe some people here don't know about it. So can you give us a little briefing? Yeah,
well, as you can see from around the branding that you see, that we've been around since 1901. Some of the models you see have been in continuous production for most of that time. And that's something that we are very proud of. The fact of the matter is that it's a brand that in many ways was born in the United Kingdoms, but you could say that the spiritual home or the adopted home is now the Himalayas. And the unique thing about Royal Enfield, in my own understanding, is that it's been able to remain relevant across decades, across wars. It's been part of 2 world wars. It's been part of crossing unbelievable number of terrains around the world. And that's all now part of the heritage. So heritage is not just where we were born, but it's how we've continued to repurpose ourselves over decades, torture tested over terrains, and continue to be loved by people who just look at it and say, I want one of those.
So that brings us in to Rod. So you guys chose to expand globally and look for markets, and you have chosen North America as the first market to have a wholly owned subsidiary in. So why did we choose North America?
Well, as Rudy said, they're growing extremely quickly in India, and they're profitable. And we have a vision of being the largest and most influential middleweight motorcycle manufacturer in the world. And so to do that, we need to have a presence in North America as well as in Europe. So the company has invested the resources and the time and the money to put a wholly owned subsidiary office in the United States to take care of both Canada and the United States. So I came on board a little over a year ago and worked with the existing distributor, and we are currently running in parallel, but effective January 1st, we will be taking control of the United States market as well as the Canadian market. So we have a lot of work to do, but we've hired a small team, many of which are here, and they have the black shirts on, doing a great job. But we're working on brand awareness and getting this message out about accessibility, aspiration, affordability, nimble, fun, pure motorcycling, which is what motorcycling was all about just a couple of decades ago. And we want to bring that spirit and that mindset back to motorcycling, and we think there's a lot of current motorcyclists as well as potential motorcyclists that will enjoy that. So we're getting everything in place. We're working with establishing a dealer network, and again, effective January 1st, we'll be moving.
So Rod didn't tell you, but Royal Enfield North America's headquarters is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we get a lot of questions about that. Why did we choose it? Because there's a lot of stipulations why we chose the place that we are.
So yes, Royal Enfield North America is headquartered in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and the number one reason is because Milwaukee, Wisconsin is the epicenter or the center of gravity of motorcycling for the United States for a number of reasons. But there are, if you think about that region, there's Eric Beale Racing, there's this other big Harley-Davidson company there, there's Polaris, there's Victory just up the road in Minnesota. So we thought it was very appropriate. There's also a huge aftermarket parts businesses located in the region. And I guess the other thing is that's where I was living. I had spent almost 20 years at Harley-Davidson, and with 3 children in high school, I think I'll stay in Milwaukee. It's a great place.
I think that was a smart idea. Can you tell us what North America's goal for the next year is? What's the focus? What are we trying to do within the next year?
So mainly what we're doing is just establishing a foundation that we can build off of and grow. And a lot of what Rudy had said is already established in India. We just need to get the basic processes, systems, get the brand out there, doing more of these events, because this is really the venue that we belong, as well as establishing a real good dealer network around the country as well as Canada. And again, being at events, getting people to ride, beginning to do demo days, those types of activities, and really being present at the dealerships are really our primary goals.
Yeah, and one thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna work hand in hand with India and look at the events that they're doing and figure out a way to bring the events that they have so successful over in India and try to integrate them over here. They do something called Rider Mania. It's a massive Royal Enfield event, and we're gonna work on bringing something like that over in the next couple years. I appreciate you guys coming on stage, and maybe later we'll get you guys to hand out some bike awards with us or something like that. And you guys have to go you have to go judge the bikes up there for the People's Bike Award. So, all right.
Thank you
guys.
all very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.